Hello and welcome to the All Night Gamers Podcast, episode 31. Hi, hello, I hope you're doing well. Welcome to the show. We have got a kind of different set of things to talk about, including like 40% Square Enix. So strap in for that.
Square.
That's going to take up like all the first bit is Square Enix. And we've got our usual collector's corner, and we'll go through a whole bunch of random stuff and finish up about Sony murdering their online stores. So, welcome to the show. I hope you're doing well. Let's get right into it. We've got a Square Enix Presents event that happened recently. So, we're going to go through everything in that presentation, starting with an Outriders shown off. I only watched up to the end of the Tomb Raider thing because that's the only thing I really cared about. But Outriders, it looked pretty cool.
I watched all of it.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
I'm
I'm sorry.
Sorry for your loss.
I watched zero.
How do you think we got all this stuff on the podcast thing? Because I watched it all.
I didn't.
Square
No
Enix
one
has never been
forced
my
him to do
publisher.
that. I just want to make that clear to the audience that no one forced you to
Help,
do that.
audience! I was forced. He's lying.
Yeah,
Father,
and you weren't paid either.
Yeah, I definitely just didn't have some free time. I like what Square Enix does. Maybe they'll be nice to me and show me something I like.
No,
No,
denied.
you thought.
But
Man, you aren't supposed to say no.
Outriders.
Square said no.
Outriders did look pretty interesting though.
And it's gonna be free on Game Pass, isn't it?
I think so. I don't know, dude. Freaking everything's free on Game Pass these days. I need an Xbox.
That price is eventually gonna go up. There's no way.
For what?
Game Pass?
Oh yeah, it'll go up. I'm sure the next time they try it though, it'll be like $10
Yeah.
more or something. Maybe once
They're probably
like a
gonna try
run is
once the
officially
pandemic
over.
ends. Yeah.
Pandemic's over, Microsoft. We're dumb. We're trying. We're gonna try to jump. We're dumb. We're gonna try to jump again.
But
everybody's being hit by a pandemic. Time to double the price.
reportedly dropping on April Fool's Day, so we'll see if that holds. Very weary of April Fool's Day this year. I don't know. I feel like there's gonna be something.
Yeah,
Big.
Mario's dying.
Yeah,
No, he
yeah.
does it
Mario's
before.
dying, dude. He's.
Exactly.
Maybe Burger King will make another horrible tweet.
Are you a plumber?
I saw a meme, and please don't take this out of context. But it was this. It was like the same template, but like 90% of the image was the initial tweet from Burger King UK, and it was like, "I hate gay people." And then at the very last tiny bit of the screen, you could see them replying.
Is what homophobes would say.
Is what a homophobe would say.
But we're here to get more gays in the kitchen or whatever. Yeah, I saw that.
Oh.
I just feel like at that point we'll be further down the line in vaccinations and stuff, and some corporation will make like a fake, like Onion style headline that looks believable. That'll be like coronavirus 2 or something.
Please don't.
What are you talking about? We're gonna get. It's not Corona. It's gonna be bird flu. That's the one that's popping up now.
Great.
Don't we already have bird
Well-
flu? Isn't that what H1N1 is?
Not this strand.
Yeah, that it
Oh,
changes.
crap.
Oh, this is that buff bird flu. This is that big bird flu.
Yeah.
Boneless bird flu.
Big bird flu.
I'm like, stop eating animals
I don't
from
think
that live in caves. You're gonna get us all
birds
killed.
don't live in caves. Well,
They do now.
I mean, I guess some types of birds do.
Hi, welcome to the Bird Podcast.
I like the
Tweet.
idea of us calling it big bird flu.
Big bird flu. Boneless. I like birdless bone flu.
Birdless bone flu.
But yeah, so anyway, moving on to the disappointing part. Tomb Raider 25th anniversary. Lower your expectations. So there's an anime coming to the Netflix.
The Netflix.
Like their first attempt at combining the timelines or something like that.
Great. There's they're doing crossovers with Tom Clancy, Ghost Recon, Breakpoint. Who plays that now? Is there just like a whole section of gaming that I do not know exists anymore?
I mean, Rainbow Six Siege still has an audience, right? I know that's the most prominent Tom Clancy game.
I only know that exists because there's a guy on YouTube that gets sent a bunch of random controllers, and his thing is that he will play like Rainbow Six Siege or COD or something with the controllers. Like he played it with Donkey Kong bongos. He played one with like a credit card swiper or something. He does so much weird stuff. It's hilarious.
Excuse me.
And like he plays until he gets kills. Like he'll get kills with it. It's so funny when he does it. Anyway. So also there's a crossover with War of the Visions, Final Fantasy, Brave Exvius. That's a lot of symbols.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the thing. The Tomb Raider anniversary statue made by Weta Workshop is almost ready to be shown off. They were kind of teasing it there. There's going to be a cookbook. I know. Calm down. The complete trilogy of the rebooted Tomb Raider series is going to be bundled together digitally. That's pretty much the best thing they got to offer, really. And then Lara Croft and Croft Manor are coming to Fortnite.
Whoopee.
That's what we need in here, more Fortnite content.
Let's go.
Oh, and you forgot about that they're going to announce casting for their sequel to the 2018 film soon.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they're making a sequel?
Whoopee.
Yep.
Gross.
I can't wait to play as Lara Croft on my Fortnite Nintendo Switch with using my banana Fortnite Joy-Con.
You can use that one. I'll use the battle bus.
Oh, so you're getting the battle bus?
No, that's the one that comes with the Fortnite Switch.
Yeah.
I didn't ask if you were getting the Joy-Con.
Oh.
I don't even know what I'm saying. This presentation is so bad. We're just kind of digging up things to joke about because it really is just not great. Joseph,
It was okay, and I'm glad they did it, but
I mean, I'd rather have it than not. But
at least they were nice enough to tell us what would be in it before they started, though.
yeah, true.
That is true. That's why we listed them off last week.
Just Cause Mobile.
Which we listed off last week.
I love just the dead silence. Just Cause Mobile. Crickets. Hitman Mobile.
Let's go.
Yeah.
I was hoping for more silence there, to be honest.
I mean, Hitman's one of those ones where I've thought about getting into the franchise, but I don't need to add to my backlog of games. It just seems funny.
I would use that as an excuse, but I just add other games to my backlog all the time anyway.
That's how the past, 4 years have been for me, and I'm stopping now. Of course, I think it's because I spend all the money on plastic and cardboard instead, but that's beside the point, y'all.
Yeah, I don't want to add
half my
Hitman to the
money on
backlog.
plastic.
I don't want to add Hitman to my backlog. I want to add these other 75 games to my backlog.
Exactly.
76? Too much. Space Invaders AR, made by Square Enix and Taito. And if that is ringing a bell, I'll be glad to tell you that Mayo and I had a brain explosion moment right before we started recording. Taito is in Yes, Takeshi's Challenge Taito. Yes, Takeshi's Challenge JonTron Taito. That Taito.
I hope it's on Nintendo Online. I hope. That'd be great.
Space Invaders AR on Nintendo Online.
I care less about that one. Gonna be honest.
Oh, you just want Takeshi's
That's
Challenge
bad.
on NES Online.
Yeah, that's if
okay.
there's one thing that Nintendo Online needs more than anything else right now, absolutely
games.
anything else, it's Takeshi's Challenge.
It's a game
for
about
NES.
family abuse and divorce from the NES.
GameCube Online? No, sir. N64 Online? No, ma'am. Game Boy Online? No. Takeshi's Challenge. NES.
Divorce. 8-bit divorce.
8-bit domestic violence.
I love it. So yeah, they're working on a AR Space Invaders game. Cool. There's more Taito games shown off. Bubble Bubble 4, Darius Cosmic Revelation, and Toho Spell Bubble. What is a Toho?
Oh, is
Toho?
I don't
that's
know,
okay?
my man.
Okay,
How?
I actually know about this. It's
Oh, good.
it's like a bullet hell game that came out in like the 90s. It's crazy. Like it's the precursor to a lot of stuff for like Isaac and Hades and like roguelikes now, but it's kind of like you're constantly doing boss battles on a top-down screen. And I think the plot is you're a witch and you're always trying to like kill other witches or something, and you have different spell abilities and they have different spell abilities, and it's like a bullet hell one-on-one
And-
boss rush game.
I don't think so.
It's got bumping soundtracks though.
It-
That's the one
but-
thing I know about.
But the video showed shooting like the little bubbles to blow up the like where they come down the screen.
Oh, well, just because it's a cool concept for a game originally doesn't mean they can't make a crappy puzzle game out of it. Yeah, I'm looking at it now. It's the same franchise. They just chose to make a puzzle.
I got you.
Yeah,
Right.
if you look up like OG Toho, it's crazy bullet hell.
Well,
Toho
that-
sounds like something they would have named one of the Neopets mini games.
For real.
Yeah.
Rip the original then.
Well, yeah, I guess that's all we got about Taito. Is Taito like owned by Square Enix now or something?
I guess.
Maybe. Or maybe they were just like, hey, you helped us make this, so we'll promote some of
I didn't know Taito was still making things.
I looked them up to make sure it was the same from the logo. They've got a really cool headquarters building. Yeah, it says it shares their headquarters building in Shinjuku with their parent company, Square Enix.
Ah,
Huh.
It is a subsidiary of Square Enix.
Squex.
Squex.
I like that.
Wait,
I
is
love
it a
Squex.
subsidiary of Square Enix, or is it like Intelligent Systems, where Nintendo and IS share a building, but they're different companies?
It says
Where they cover-
subsidiary
I got you.
on Wikipedia, so I don't know.
I gotcha. Okay, because IS is like, yes, we share a building with Nintendo, but they don't own us. But we only work for them.
Sounds like a bad breakup. But they're still
They
both.
don't own us.
They're still both on the same lease.
Hmm.
I mean, they only make games for Nintendo.
Okay, so there's something.
Friends with benefits then.
They make Fire Emblem.
Let's
That
go.
is absolutely friends with benefits. I don't know what you're talking about.
Hey, I don't know what I'm talking about either. Marvel's Avengers is getting next generation updates for PS5 and Series X. 4K,
Let's go
60
Squex.
FPS, improved destruction.
Cool. That was my nickname in high school.
There's going to be a Hawkeye story added, and there's going to be a Black Panther expansion.
Okay, that's good. I was thinking when you said that, I was like, you can't be serious that that's all that they announced. Like, what they should do for the new consoles anyway, and that's all.
I
So
mean,
I'm glad there's two
they-
new characters.
showed off a decent amount, like on a little timeline that popped up, but those were the only two they talked about.
Okay.
And I wasn't gonna go through that timeline.
Do you
I
do you
think
get them for free, or is it
Don't
like a
care.
season pass type deal?
Black Panthers is definitely gonna cost money. They specifically called it an expansion.
Okay.
I don't know about Hawkeyes. I don't know anything about the Avengers game, besides that there's only like 3 bosses, and they kept keep using them in the stories they had. Which, why? Make some new bosses.
No.
No.
What's easier to do?
Keep using Taskmaster, apparently.
I
you
haven't
understand.
kept up with that game ever since I watched The Completionist
Yeah.
play
I
with
watched
it,
that
and
one.
he like crapped on it for a bunch of the crap it does. So I have not been interested in it, but I did need to check up to see like if they've changed that or not. Because if they got rid of it, then I'll definitely
think
change
so.
it. But if not, then SOL for me.
I think we would have heard if they fixed everything.
Balan Wonderland.
Shootin' balloons.
Excuse me, that's actually Hootin' Baloos.
We're hitting all the JonTron references tonight.
Taito,
boys.
yeah, dude, Taito had to come in here. They really had to come in here.
We've heard a lot about Wonderland, and I still can't tell you a thing about it.
It's a wondrous action platformer. That
Bubsy?
That's what the
No.
marketing says.
and I would love to tell you about it, but the game's website page has so much assets that you have to load the page. And I can't even get halfway through it. Yeah, we'll come back to that in an hour.
Don't
Christ.
worry, it'll also just be available Friday. So if we don't, you can go play it.
I love how you said that so aggressively. You can do this. Okay, I've got things to do, but you can deal with it.
You can play it.
Life is Strange True Colors announced. Looks more similar to the original. Steph from Life is Strange Before the Storm is back. She has DLC set a year before True Colors called Wavelengths. There's a mystery set in a small town. The powers are once again yours to control. It's full motion captured, and the full game comes out on September 10th. I know nothing about Life is Strange. That's another one of those series, kind of like Hitman. It's just like, I mean, I want to try it, but I've
played 2 of them. I haven't played Life is Strange 2, but I've played the first one in the prequel.
And
let
me rephrase that. Does this look like it's going to be?
Yeah, I made those comments about what I thought it would look like, what it looked like, and I think it looks better than 2 did. Because I liked that you were in a town and you got to meet the people of the town in the first one. And then the second one took that all away and you were traveling across the country all the time.
Okay. So, well, that's good. Life is Strange and Life is Strange Before the Storm are returning in a remastered collection available this fall with all new visuals and animations. Is it just coming to all platforms or what? Do we know?
I know it's coming to PS4, 5, and the next gen, I believe.
Okay, so pretty much everything. Is it coming to
Yeah,
Switch?
because no. We're talking about the remasters, right?
Yeah.
It's going to whatever 3 True Colors is going to, because you can get them bundled together.
Okay. So you can get like all 3 games?
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. Windows, PlayStation 4, 5, Xbox One, Series X and S, and Google Stadia apparently.
Bro, it's going to Stadia and not to Switch.
Stadia.
Man.
That one kind of hurts.
Yeah, it does a little bit. Project Athia, working title.
Okay.
Hey, the webpage loaded for Balan Wonderland. Really? Did I really have to wait 5 minutes to load for this?
Oh my gosh.
There's
For
a free
this?
demo. It's $125 for the Showtime set,
Showtime.
which does not look
What
worth
does
it.
the Showtime set give you?
A pen, a soundtrack, the 3-disc soundtrack, a theater program, a tote bag, a collector's show ticket, and a bonus MP3 track. Whoa!
No, that sounds like it's
Hold on.
$25.
Stop the press. I get an MP3. I get an MP3 file with this.
Yo!
I was expecting like at least a statue for that price.
Yeah.
For real.
Like all of that and a statue, and I'd probably be like, okay, I could see why it cost this much.
At least the Monster Hunter Rise Collector's Edition comes with an amiibo. Makes up like half the cost of the Collector's Edition, but
I'm
it's still
not
there.
defending that collector's edition because you spend $20 for stickers. But also spending about the same amount of money for some discs and an MP3 file. Cool.
Come on, why can't companies catch up with Atlas where they're like, oh, we're actually going to give you something.
Here's a physical item.
Here's Joker's mask.
Um,
Thank you, Atlas. This is an actual thing for a
Prize.
collector's edition.
And
Alan-
it's not 150.
yeah. Balan Wonderland is a wondrous action platformer game themed around a mysterious musical theater. The stars of the show
Okay.
will use special abilities from a multitude of characterful costumes. Is that a word?
Characterful?
Characterful costumes as they
That
adventure
doesn't sound
in the
right.
it's I'm reading it. In the bizarre and imaginary land of Wonderworld. Hear
Okay,
memories and vistas from the real world mixed with the things that people hold dear. 12 different tales await our stars in Wonderworld, each with their own unique quirks. So it's like you're playing through a musical theater.
Alright, I looked up characterful on Google and it gave me a definition from Oxford. Individual in an interesting or unusual way having a lot of character. So
Well, yeah, I
it
could
is
guess
a
what-
word.
Okay, that's just a mouthful word.
Yeah, why would you ever use this word though?
Sounds bad.
Because
You want to
you're trying to sound
you
different.
know what
yeah.
you're... I don't like it.
Worthless.
It-
worthless word.
So
Banned.
that's what...
anyway, what was I saying about Project Athia? What's this? Forspoken.
Look,
is
I
another name
watched
for it. It's an
the
RPG.
trailer like 2 times and I still couldn't get it.
It's an action RPG. PS5 exclusive from the makers of Final Fantasy 15. Oh yeah, no duh, thanks. So yeah, action RPG not coming out till next year. Cool.
Okay.
Thanks, Square Enix.
They showed off like the woman they cast in the trailer to play the main character.
Am I supposed to buy it now?
No.
Never mind. I'm not going to continue with that joke. Well, yeah, if you can't tell how painful that was that we had to just talk about all that stuff, it's probably not really that interesting. But if there's something in there that you hear that you actually find interesting and you are very aggravated at our lackluster attempt to describe it, you can go to Square Enix's YouTube channel and watch the presents yourself. So
Come to my comments and tell us how we're wrong and idiots.
yeah,
I'm not
or
wrong.
maybe
They
just-
didn't show off Neo, The World Ends With You, and for that reason, Square's presentation was bad.
Well, with
I'm only mostly joking because they were nice enough to tell me what I'd see.
Cameron, do you,
Yeah,
do you need to excuse yourself?
From life?
No.
I'm pretty sure that's what my hiccups are trying to do, is excuse me from life.
Well, anyway, with that, we're moving on to the Collector's Corner segment. This is the weekly round robin segment where we go around and talk about games we've been playing and any pickups, if any, and things of that nature. So, eeny, meeny, mighty, stupid.
Me.
Go ahead. You want to claim that title?
Wait. Okay.
Man, wasn't paying attention.
Well. Okay, wait. I have to think. So I've been playing a lot of Brawlhalla and Fire Emblem Heroes, and that's about it. I also got a couple of Fire Emblem Cypher cards that came in. They look really cool. I resorted my binders, and they look really nice. And yeah, that's about it.
Wow, a lot of build up, not a lot of payoff, huh?
Got you, man. That's why I'm stupid.
Well, at least he admits it.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. That's why I'm what's the word? Smart. Yeah.
What's the word?
Stupid.
Stupid. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Guys, the word is characterful.
You've lost me. Alex, why don't you go?
Okay, this week I played through and beat 9 hours, 9 persons, and 9 doors. I got all the endings.
Is that the title of the game?
That is the title of the game.
Okay, I was confused when you were telling me about that earlier.
That's why I usually just call it 999, but yeah, that's the official title. I've started its sequel, Virtue's Last Reward, and I've almost gotten one ending.
How many endings are there?
I don't know, but it showed me its chart, and it's a lot bigger than the first game's like path chart, so I have no idea.
Amazing.
But I had a good time playing through 999. I liked the escape room puzzles a lot. Some of them were really well designed.
Which means some weren't.
No, they were all pretty good, but some actually made me have to think. And some were like, okay, I see the solution. I just have to get there by finding whatever stupid item you want for it.
Well, okay then. Anything else?
I played a little more of The World Ends With You and then stopped because I'm still on that pathway to try to get to the secret boss eventually, but I have to have a specific item to fight it, and I did it wrong to get the item when I was leveling up, so I didn't get the item, so I'll have to start over on leveling up a new version of that item. So I took a break because I was really mad.
Been there. Well, okay then. Cameron, you go ahead.
Okay. So, kind of sad I haven't been able to play a lot of games this week. I come home from work, I'm just tired, so I sit on the couch and do nothing. But I have played some Mario 3D World, some Animal Crossing, obviously. I played Persona 3 finally again. I have almost reached the next boss. And yesterday I played a Minecraft UHC, and spoiler alert, I won. And by I won, I mean my team won, because I am bad at Minecraft. Gary.
Look, if they won, doesn't that mean you won, though?
Yes.
Team effort.
We have different definitions of winning, apparently.
No, my team won, which means I won.
We
Team effort.
We communist.
The other team's lost.
The other team's lost, which means I won.
Yeah. Doesn't matter. Even if one person on your team won, you won because your team
True.
won.
Yes.
Me too.
Yeah.
You won.
Right.
Me too.
We won.
Mayo?
What?
3?
Are you saying for me to do the games thing, or are you trying to do a bit here? I was confused.
I'm telling you
Yes.
to do the games thing by being confusing. Go ahead.
Okay. I thought I was pulling a Cooper for a second. Sorry. So I did some gaming this week. Surprisingly, it was a stressful week last week. I had the midterm report and presentation for my team's capstone. They carried me on that some, but it was still hard week. But I was able to get in a lot of Hades. I'm seriously in love with that game, you guys. It's so good. I finally got to the final boss for Elysium, and I was promptly dunked all the way back down past Tartarus. And then I went back on the next run, and I got dunked again. So I'm starting to get to the point where I'm memorizing the attack patterns of a lot of the bosses, and pretty much all of the bosses except for that one on the previous floors are small potatoes to me now. I'm getting the patterns down and I'm taking minimal damage. Besides that, I do not mean to brag, but I played in my first Digimon card game tournament this past weekend, and I got third place out of 16 participants. I went
That's pretty good.
Out of 4 rounds. I went 1-2, 2-1, 2-0, 2-0. But the last one was a bye because the third against, I guess, left. But I still got third. So
What do you
maybe
win?
some extra packs, and I pulled really well out of them. Stuff that I wanted for a different deck besides the one that I was playing. So I pulled well. It paid for the entry. It was $5 to enter, which is cheaper than the Magic tournaments are, which is good. So yeah, I'm going to be doing it again this weekend, and maybe I found a card game that's like that I like that is also clicking for me strategically, or it may just be a symptom of me having played a lot more Magic than I had the last time that I entered into a Magic tournament. So maybe I'm just getting better at card games as a function of time, which would be pretty cool. Besides that, painting Warhammer, I'm getting a lot of that done. And, when I get sick of Hades, which I don't think is going to happen for a while, but, just in case, I feel like the next game that I'm going to focus a lot on, I might buy Valheim, or I might try
that has
and...
been pretty popular recently.
Yeah, a bunch of the other friend groups and like group chats that I'm in have been talking it up about Valheim. It looks really, really fun. So either that or maybe trying to complete one of those like solo games that I've just never really completed, like Factorio or something, or maybe restart Cuphead solo and try and get that beat. Because I remember when me and Bruno were playing it, we kind of just got to King Dice and then gave up because finals happened or something. So
That's fair.
it'd be nice to say that I had beaten that game. But I don't know. We'll see. I've got a lot of options in my Steam library that I could go to. So, and hey, Stellaris got some new updates and it looks cool too. Who knows? The world is my Steam library, as it were.
I heard.
Or I'll just spend way too much time playing with cardboard and plastic. Next!
Next!
I heard Tartarus and Elysium, and man, he's playing Persona 3 and Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I know you're playing Hades, but I don't like it. I know it's all mythology concepts, and I don't like it.
I love that those are perfectly two franchises that a lot of people around me are very into, but I have just never tried or cared to try.
If you were gonna play a Persona game, I would recommend 5.
Yeah, it's what I've been
one.
told.
Unless you want a murder mystery, then you have 4.
It's tempting. I mean, I've seen it on PS5, and I know I'd like the soundtrack, but we'll see. I gotta catch up on PS4 games as well, but who knows? Next.
Well, that's me. That's my cue.
Yeah.
Okay, not next then. Never mind. Skip this segment.
Yeah, on a tidbit.
Moving on. Go.
I know we just did the Mario thing, but I'm still not fully convinced that Mario 64 is that bad.
It's not.
Okay.
But Cameron really rated it low, so you'll have to wait till next year before we re-rate it.
Yeah, I know. Karen, that was harsh. I'm playing through it still. I'm slowly easing my way through it. It's not that. It's old, but it's actually there's a lot of good design in it, and it's creative. So I've been playing that a little bit. I bought Tastemaker. Played it for an hour. Had a great time.
Yeah.
Came back the next day. Both my save files were fucked up.
Oh.
Yeah, like all of a sudden, like my repeat deliveries just went away. All of my food in the entire restaurant went away. There was food on the tables, like cooked, and my customers just poof, gone. Like everything was just gone. Like my equipment and my employees are still there, but like all my like food on the shelves and like in my refrigerators was gone. So I had to start a new one. I got kind of pissed, didn't play much longer, but I will go back to it. It is fun. But
So what game is this?
Tastemaker. It's a restaurant simulator. It's also very early access, so I guess it's what I get. But
Diner Dash?
like restaurants, like a tycoon game.
Yeah, imagine a tycoon game, but it's a restaurant, and all of your employees act like Sims.
Yeah, it's very simmy.
They rarely do what you want.
Sounds about right.
Now, Grant, if you enjoyed that one and you'd like something similar that I have found from the same source that I found Tastemaker and Luck Be a Landlord, you should look up King of Retail. Same thing,
Retail.
but you're running a retail store, and you go through the process of hiring and interviewing employees, doing inventory and stuff. But it's like third person. It's not a top down thing. Like you have a character that you also have to have control of.
I see now. Okay.
And it's just as funny as Tastemaker can be.
Well, Tastemaker wasn't very funny. It was very, very fun and then very annoying very quickly. I also do. I wanted to look at Luck Be a Landlord. I never.
It's getting updates from what I've seen. Yeah, it's getting some new stuff.
Yeah, I need to look at that again. Anyway, so yeah, I've been playing that. I have created something that is very cool. I call it the Game Key, and what it is a USB stick that has a self-contained emulation front end. So basically what that means is on any Windows 10 machine, I can plug this USB stick into it and have access to my entire emulation suite.
Nice.
Everything from literally Magnavox Odyssey up to current day. Now, I don't do that because I don't believe in emulation of products that are currently available for sale, but like I've got a bunch of Game Boy games on there that I haven't tried. I've for example, like Harvest Moon More Friends of Mineral Town is the same thing as Friends of Mineral Town, but all the genders are swapped. So you can play as a girl and date guys, but this was still back before gender mixing was a thing, so it's hard. You either play as a guy and you date women, or vice versa. So I'm playing More Friends of Mineral Town now to see all the differences in like the text and stuff. I've got a bunch of SNES games on there now, so I can have like an easier way to play Super Mario RPG that does not involve bringing out my Wii.
Isn't it on the SNES Mini?
Yes, but
but
that's just as difficult as bringing out a Wii. It's a little easier because HDMI, but and also I am okay with emulating things that are available for sale if I've already bought them, and I've bought a SNES Classic, so I don't care about emulating it. But I've got like that, and just some like a bunch of random stuff like Donkey Kong Country, Super Mario World, Pokemon Emerald, freaking Donkey Kong 64. I've spent a long time haggling with it, trying to get PlayStation games to work because RetroArch is a bit ficky, and I've like struggled to get my controller maps thing. But anyway, I've got it mostly working now, and I can add things whenever and whatever I want to add. So now I can go to any Windows 10 machine, plug in this USB stick, and have access to all of this stuff. It'll just work. So I'm very excited about that because now I can have access to more games than I can bring on my Switch as long as I have my laptop. So that's been a kind of a project of mine. I'm very excited about it. I really want to get the 8-bit Do SN30 Pro Plus controller, which is like a Super Nintendo controller, but with joysticks and triggers and grips. I've got the SN30, which is pretty much all that stuff minus the grips, and I really want the one with the grips now because of that emulation thing, because now I could play theoretically anything with it. And it's Bluetooth, so I could use it on my laptop. But yeah, that's what I've been working on. Also, some more Final Fantasy VII. Slowly working my way through that. I'm meeting Seth. I just told the Sephiroth story. So I'm very early into the game still, but I am playing it.
So you're still in Midgard, right?
Or you just no,
left?
I've been through Calm, and now I'm at the Chocobo farm for the first time. That's where I stopped playing last. I still can't believe that I am playing a very long Japanese RPG, but I am.
So wait, you're on disc 2 or still on disc 1?
I'm still on disc 1.
Okay.
Dude, Grand playing any kind of RPG is nuts, honestly.
Yeah, I know.
Pokemon's an RPG.
Yeah, but that's different.
That's different though. That's like saying Earthbound's an RPG.
Earthbound is an RPG.
I did get
very much is.
I did get Earthbound on that emulator too, by the way. That's going to be my main way of trying that out.
Ooh, why not just use the Wii U?
What part of he doesn't want to set up another system for one game?
Oh,
man,
understandable.
I need to put Earthbound Beginnings on there because I bought it on Wii U, and I just don't want to turn on the Wii U.
You should, if you're gonna emulate it, you might as well use who was that team? I don't remember, but there was a team. No, there was a team who like went in and they added quality of life features to it, so like XP would be gotten faster.
Oh yeah, okay.
That's good on those old RPGs because grinding is not fun.
Yeah, nah, that's what kills a lot of old games, like old RPGs. I mean,
yeah, for real. But yeah, so hey, definitely comment on this video and tell me what games I should add to my emulation thing. I can literally add whatever. I've found the no intro sets, which is like a one massive zip file of every single game ever released for a platform. Damn. And I downloaded the SNES one because I'll get a lot of games from that. But the problem is like going past SNES is like impossible. Like it's not impossible, but I've got limited space on this thing. And like all the N64 games is like 12 gigs. All the GBA games is like 13 gigs.
That's insane.
Yeah, you wouldn't think it's that big.
No, because
Game Boy though, I've downloaded. I also downloaded Game Boy because Game Boy is less than a gig. I haven't looked at Game Boy Color, but I found those sets, so I've been pulling off of those when I can. It's
How big is
also
the flash drive you're using?
64 gigs.
That's not
But
bad.
I'm not storing all the ROM sets on here because I don't want like a mile-long page of games that I'm not going to play. I just move them over like when I'm thinking like, oh yeah, I want to try that. So I keep it kind of consolidated. I did also put Chibi Robo on there. I'm finally going to get to try out Chibi Robo through Dolphin, which is also a pain.
Just got to the Chocobo farm?
Yeah.
Okay. Then...
Hush, don't tell me anything. Hush.
Yeah, don't.
Hush.
Anyway, I've been talking way too long. We need to move on. So, on to the tidbits section. Cooper, you have the floor.
Okay.
My dude.
I may or may not be pulling it up right now.
I thought you had it pulled
You
up.
wrote it out.
Wrote it out.
Okay. So we got a Hero Rises 2021 banner. It's finally out after a good while. Legendary Corn, Legendary Dimitri, Duo Lin, and Saros will all be on there, as all of them had made the top 4, and there will be a 40 summon Spark for it. So, an easy Legendary or Duo. Shoot.
Easy.
Thank you.
Oh,
Cooper's literally like that TikTok trend that's like, I just saw somebody left her. Damn. I just saw somebody left her. Damn. I just saw. Damn. He's literally that.
Yeah. Hollow Forms is out. Or, well, no, it's not out. Hollow Forms. Oh my gosh. Sorry, I'm really tired. Hollow Forms will have Fallen Delphia, Fallen Selka, Fallen Merkut, and Branya. And there's a couple of weekly banners and all that, so that's always fun. Resplendent Alencia, at the time of the podcast, she'll be replaced by, at 2 a.m. of the next, 2 a.m. of the next day, she'll be replaced by Resplendent Reinhardt. And then my podcast reminder of log into Faye at least once before April 10th to get your free copy of Dual Lin. And yeah, that's about it.
Well, okay.
So, yeah.
So, moving on. Sorry if I'm saying moving on a lot. I've been watching a lot of Sherlock recently.
Oh no.
have you seen it before?
Schlock.
I've seen Schlock like 7 million times, but I have seen Sherlock. I've watched like the first 2 episodes several years ago, and Schlock recently came back into my YouTube feed for like the 5 millionth time, and I was like, I should actually watch that series. It's really good. So I've been watching a lot of that, and he says that a lot because he's so arrogant. Like when he disagrees, like he just doesn't care about something. He's just like, not interested. Moving on.
I can't believe how closely we have towed the line on today's episode to just devolving into shouting YouTube poopisms at each other.
JonTron quotes.
Yeah, but we've been close at least twice on this episode, and that's rare.
Yeah, if you like YouTube poops or you don't know what a YouTube poop is, look up Schlock. It's spelled just how you think it is. And you'll either think of us as degenerates or you'll laugh so hard that you'll probably pee a little bit.
Yeah, you'll find out really quickly if you actually do like YouTube poops, if you have not seen them already.
Schlock is so good. But yeah, I've been watching a lot of that recently. So I've also been like, every now and then I'll catch myself talking with like a very small hint of British accent, and then I catch myself like, dude, what are you doing? Stop doing that. That's stupid.
Stop it.
Yeah, and then I'll be like, not interested, moving on. Or I really want to use like good afternoon or good evening as like goodbye statements instead of like meeting someone.
Good afternoon.
Like afternoon. You say that because that's what British people do.
Yeah.
I really want to do that, but I'm not trying to like start
a thing.
Watching
too much Sherlock, which is fair.
I've watched a lot of Sherlock in the past like week.
All of it several years ago.
Yeah, I'm almost to series 4. I'm like at the end of series 3.
Wow, so you're almost done. That's the good thing about British shows. They're so short.
Yeah. I wish they would make more though. It's good. Anyway, new controllers were shown off for the PSVR 2. It was announced. It just looks like, imagine the Valve Index controllers, but more wrappy circular bits that go around your hands. It's basically those. But they look cool. I'm excited to see what like actual new features they're gonna add to the PSVR 2, because I might end up getting it, honestly. Although I really would rather keep it on my PC. I don't know.
Yeah, you already have one on your.
Yeah, but I mean,
wait.
Realistically, by the time I get the money to upgrade my computer like it so desperately needs, I'll probably
your
also
VR
have.
set's probably gonna be out.
Well, I just want the Valve Index because it's got all the new features I want, and I'll be able to drive it. And yeah, so anyway, yeah. And plus PC you can get modding, and that's pretty much a necessity for Beat Saber if you want to actually have fun with that game. Speaking of PlayStation, they're continuing their Play at Home initiative with a bunch of new free games coming soon. And by soon, Let's see.
Soon,
March
with a TM at the end.
the day after this
my
podcast the day after this podcast episode releases, there's a bunch of games dropping for free. Res Infinity, Abzu, The Witness, Enter the Gungeon, Subnautica are all regular titles, and then there's 4 VR titles coming: Moss, Astrobot, Paper Beast, and Thumper. So those will all be available starting March 25th for free. And the big one on April 19th, Horizon Zero Dawn will be free, and that's a big one. That's a good game. So I'll definitely be downloading that. I already have. If you don't download anything else and you haven't played them yet, Enter the Gungeon and Subnautica are very, very good games.
I love Subnautica so much.
Subnautica
I haven't played
is
Enter the
very
Gungeon, but beautiful game.
Enter the Gungeon's like a dungeon crawler kind of thing.
Hey, I might like it then.
I think you would like it. It's a little different, and it's also a little BS and very difficult, but it's fun.
That's my jam, dude.
Donkey made a video on it. Watch Donkey's video on it.
Okay.
Yo, Donkey, yo.
Yeah, you want to talk about YouTube videos? We'll talk about Donkey.
Dude, actually though, his review
It's
on Marvel's Endgame, for real.
It's a masterpiece.
Oh.
5 out of 5. Holy shit! How come you're not playing this game right now?
I hold the
That's what I'm
record
saying.
on the level Bowser's
Big
Big Bean
Bean.
Burrito.
I figure I should include this right now since we're talking about things that are on sale or they're giving away on PlayStation.
Donkey?
Donkey on sale?
Yeah, Donkey's on sale.
He's actually got a like a figure that's like Big Yoshi, but it's Big Donkey. Like it's a fat donkey that looks
it's
like Big Yoshi.
by U2's.
Yeah.
The Tomb Raider Definitive Survivor Trilogy Edition that Square Enix announced is on sale for 60% off on PlayStation.
Yo, I got that for free.
There's a big
Kids.
sale going on the PlayStation Store. Actually,
There
right
is.
Now. I
Too
bought.
bad it's not with PS3 and Vita stuff though.
For real.
I bought Parappa the Rapper for like $7 because I've always wanted to try that game, and that game is BS, dude. That's a BS rhythm game. Like, you get to level 4 and you just can't beat it. I'm no. I almost said Danny DeVito. I'm no.
Yeah, you're not.
I'm not. I also am not Danny DeVito, but I'm no. I can't. Of course, when I try to make a reference to a musician, I can't think of one. But I'm no mega musician. But like, I can keep rhythm. I did band for several years. I understand basic music theory.
You're no donkey.
I also am no donkey. That is true. But
He could be if he wanted to.
I can't beat it. And it's like a big thing on the internet. Everyone's like, yeah, it's just mega BS. It's going to take you a million times. The rhythm isn't exactly the rhythm that they play to you. It's like a little bit off. That's what's making it so hard for me. Because it's supposed to be on rhythm, and it's not on rhythm.
Games.
I have real rhythm games, but I thought this one's one too, and it looks
Yeah,
so cool.
like,
And like the
Hats-
completionists talk really good about it. I really want to play it.
Here's a real rhythm game. Hatsune Miku, Project Diva Mega
Band.
Mix.
Band.
No.
That's a weird way to pronounce band.
Yeah. Elite Beat Agents, Taiko no Tatsujin, Guitar Hero is the mega man. Anyway, so yeah, but yeah, there's a big sale going on the PlayStation Network. That's when I bought that. Too bad I'm just depressed. It's super cute, but once you get to level 4, it just becomes unfair.
You should only spend $7 though.
Yeah, I'll beat it one day, and when I do, I'm gonna jump off a cliff. Neo: The World Ends With You receives an M rating in Australia, which is the same rating that the final remix received in Australia. So it's on track to come out this summer. Yay. Among Us Airship is finally releasing on March 31st. Among Us. Among Us. I can't take it. I see an image of a random object posted on the internet, and then I see it. Oh, that looks kind of like the Among Us guy it started as. That's funny. That's a cool reference. But I kept going. I saw a fridge that looked like Among Us. I'd see an animated bag of chips that looked like Among Us. I'd see a hat that looks like Among Us. And every time I'd burst into an insane, breath-deprived laugh as the words of Mogus ran through my head. It's tormenting psychological torture. Okay, I'm done. Copy pasta time. So yeah, that airship is finally releasing on March 31st, which is the same day that is Mario's death day. By the way, which is still happening. Mario is dying in 9 days from this recording.
Our next podcast episode.
Yo, Mario dying podcast.
Can
Can we start it with one of those, like how
Louisiana funeral marches?
Well, how the beginning of Spider-Man Far From Home starts with the like Avengers Who Died school broadcast. Yeah.
Poorly edited, not forgotten.
Can we buy the rights to In the Arms of the Angels?
No, look, you
gotta use it for 7 seconds. And
guys, work with me here. We're gonna sing In the Arms of an Angle. It's completely different.
Sued.
Yeah, I think
the silence indicates how bad it was.
You're just asking for a lawsuit. Anyway, so yeah, if you can't buy 3D All Stars, at least you're getting the airship. Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne HD Remastered, again, a lot of long syllable names, is releasing on May 25th. EA, again. Sony has bought out
That was
Evo.
Officially announced, by the way.
Huh?
Previously, it was just leaked by Amazon.
When I listed it, it was officially announced. I waited for that.
Okay, well, I saw the tweet from Nintendo tonight, so I don't think everyone had tweeted it out yet.
Let's see.
Anyways.
Yeah, Sony bought out Evo. Currently, other platforms will still be allowed at the events. FYI, if you forgot like I did, Evo is that thing that had a lot of controversy last year with Smash.
Yep.
So yeah, Sony now owns them. Gotham Knights was delayed until 2022. Throw it on the pile right next to frickin' Gran Turismo 7.
Splatoon 3.
Splatoon 3 didn't get delayed.
Well, that's not necessarily true. It might have been delayed.
Shut up, Cameron. Yeah, it might have been delayed.
They were most likely going to announce it last year with the.
Yeah, but that's not. I'm not saying it could have been internally delayed. Yeah, but it's been like it was announced to come out not then, and now it's announced to come out now. Like Splatoon 3 was announced to us as 2022. Look, I'm just upset that Gran Turismo, they lied to me. I was expecting it like within the next month, and now I have to wait a whole nother year. I want my ray tracing Miata or whatever. Race tracing. I like that. That's a good term. Oh, this is the stuff that you added, Mayo. Why don't you take over?
Yeah. So in a weird bridge between two of my hobbies, Magic Legends, the Diablo clone created, I think, by the people who made Perfect World, that old MMORPG. Magic Legends released a beta gameplay trailer, and the open beta begins maybe tomorrow, unless I wrote that down wrong. I think it begins tomorrow. So the 23rd, it should be, if I'm remembering this correctly. The beta should be a thing when this episode comes out. It's a Diablo clone, like I said. It reeks of possible microtransactions. They've been kind of silent on it, but there's not been a ton of gaming interviews in regard to it, so no one specifically asked them and put them on the record. But it's really cool. They've put a lot of the iconic planes from the game into it, like Innistrad, Zendikar, and Dominaria. The interesting part about it is, how you have like your hotbar of spells and like abilities that your person can do?
Mm-hmm.
They've added basically a deck building mechanic to that, where you have certain costs associated with them, exactly how the normal card game does, and you choose what kinds you want, and then there's a chance of any of them coming up, and those are the ones you can use. Like, you have a deck of these abilities that you have to pay the resource for, so you might not get exactly what you're wanting at the exact time that you want it, so that you would have to plan better. And I think that's a cool concept. I just hope that they don't lock, since there's a cost associated with it, there's going to be cost benefit, like how there is with the card game. And I hope that the most efficient spells aren't locked behind, microtransactions. But it seems interesting. The only other thing that bugs me is the 5 classes you can play as. There's one for each color in Magic. And I think all of the names for them make sense, except for the one for white. So it's called like the Sanctifier or the Vilifier or something, and it's a mage who uses light. And there's a term for that in the game. It is a Hieromancer. And it just bugs me that they didn't use a term that they came up with on their own. They used other terms for the other classes, like Lithomancer, that they came up with on their own, but no, Hieromancer, too complicated. Sanctifier. But I might play the beta.
I have to say this. Nerd.
Yeah, this is tons of nerd factor over and over and over. The only other thing that could make it even more nerd would be if there was an anime. Oh wait, there's gonna be.
Let's go!
Oh, you like that segue?
I usually won't call people nerds, but you're like complaining that they didn't adapt something correctly.
Well, there is going to be a Magic show. I don't think it's going to be an anime. It's going to be more of like a North American type cartoon. And the Russo brothers are in charge of producing it for Netflix, and we'll get to that. But the segue is for another Netflix anime for another nerdy thing, probably on the same level as a card game. Dota 2, everyone's favorite MOBA if you don't play League and like MOBAs. If you don't like League and you play Dota, it's your favorite MOBA. That's what I'm trying to say. There's an anime coming out for it on Netflix on March 25th. So this Thursday. It's going to follow the story of the Dragon Knight, one of the heroes that you can play in the actual game. He looks nothing like he does in the actual game. I'm pretty sure this is a prequel sort of arc for him and some of the other characters. But if you're into Dota, it's expanding lore, it's expanding the IP. They've been doing a lot to do that lately. So it might be good.
IPs is profitable.
Oh yeah, completely. So yeah, those are 2 things I added. Let's hear about Xbox Network.
Xbox Network instead of Xbox
Gross.
Live. Did they give a reason? Did they?
I don't know if there's a reason, but people have been saying that the Xbox Network thing has been showing up on their Xboxes. So
yeah, I mean it's being implemented like right now.
It's just kind of weird. Like, Xbox Live flows off the tongue because it's not so many syllables.
The update from Xbox Live to Xbox Network is intended to distinguish the underlying service from Xbox Live Gold memberships. So...
What?
So they're distinguishing the Xbox Network from, like, the member... That's hard to explain. So you call like your network system Xbox Live, but you don't buy an Xbox Live membership. You buy an Xbox Live Gold membership, which gives you access to the online. So it's saying that like Xbox Network is the term now to refer to the network system.
So here's my opinion. They just want to be Sony. Because Sony's is called PlayStation Network.
Okay, so what if Sony goes PlayStation Live?
They have that, though.
Oh.
I'm staring at it right... Or, sorry. Nope, wait. Hold on. There's Now and Plus. Wasn't there Live?
I don't
Was
think
there
so.
It might have
what's
been their
their
TV thing.
Oh yeah, PlayStation. No, is that
No, if you look up
PlayStation
PlayStation
TV?
Live, you just get hold on.
Well,
Yeah, it just pulls up PlayStation Plus.
look, PlayStation Network is too many syllables.
Using Live from PlayStation. Maybe that's the thing that I'm thinking of. Was their streaming thing? I don't remember. Whatever.
I don't really know why you need a distinguishment. I don't really think a lot of people were confused on that. They weren't really diving into
Yeah,
the
this
nitty-gritty of the
isn't-
difference between Xbox Live and Xbox
Yeah,
Live Gold
this is
membership.
just another. Xbox is going to confuse more people by making the change.
This isn't like with the Xbox One S, X, XL, however many letters did they have now?
Look, they literally went, we're making this change because it's confusing people, even though it's not, when they've got the Series X and the Series S. After releasing the Xbox One S and Xbox One S.
X. You said S already.
Okay, whatever.
That's the point. They've got like 4 systems with the same name now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Which-
it'll be fine. I mean, the old systems will die out. Just give it a little bit of time.
Look,
They want to keep the
that's just-
same naming. This just causes growing pains during the transition.
The name says like people being able to, or people are still getting confused on the names, but it says to me that the marketing was the biggest problem with the Wii U and not the name.
Oh, this all ties back into the Wii U.
Oh,
Oh my
the
god,
timeline.
dude! Cameron's playing 4D chess in here right now.
For real.
Cameron, you are now banned from the Discord server
Bro,
for playing
Cameron's
4D
gotta find a
chess.
way to justify the Wii U. You gotta
I'm
find
not
it, bro. The
justifying
Xbox
the-
Series
I'm not-
X, it's bullshit.
I'm not
Microsoft,
justifying. No, I'm not
Microsoft fucked up
justifying
the
the
Wii U.
Wii.
It's confirmed now. Okay.
no. I'm not justifying the Wii
Microsoft
U.
made the Xbox in 2005 because they're like, look, in half a decade, Nintendo's gonna release this shit console, and we're gonna fuck them up because another decade later, after they drop that, we're gonna do some worse shit, and that then retroactively made the Wii U bad.
No,
You didn't know
but-
Bill Gates is a time traveler, Grant?
I'm just teasing. I'm just teasing. Well, speaking of Sony PlayStation Network, Sony is murdering the PS3 store, the PSP store, and the PS Vita store.
Probably.
It is not confirmed, but it is very probable sometime
the
this
source-
summer.
that was talking about this first is not a good source. But
You know what? I'll buy it.
you got much else going on those, so I could see them cutting cost.
I already fucked the site by being like, although we can still access our site, like no problem. It's just not connected to the main site, but you can still look at the PlayStation 3 old site online,
Weird.
and it works perfectly fine. You can buy things off of it, and it will download.
Yeah, that does make me a little worried. Mostly just the PS3, because the PS3 processor, for you tech nerds out there, as I'm sure you know, is one of the most complicated processors ever made. Not that it's like impressive, just that it's difficult. So
Just that it's bad.
it's not bad, it's just difficult. And what I mean by difficult is trying to run a PS3 game on anything that is not a PS3 is a tremendous challenge. So that's like one of the reasons I keep a PS3 around, because PS3 emulation is demanding, and Sony refuses to do it on their new platforms.
Because it's demanding.
Yeah, so that kind of sucks that digital stuff is going around. Now, granted, the only digital things I own for my PS3 are 2 PS1 games, which I can emulate, and Last of Us, which I spent a
It's
whole
on-
$10 on. And I
But
also
the
own the
It's
remastered
also on
version on
PS4.
PS4, which I own that copy physically. I get it; it's the principle. Like I paid for those things.
But the real problem I have with shutting it down is, or at least I do, because I go look for them. You'll find like people are like, "Hey, everybody should play this," and it's an exclusive PSP, PS3, PS Vita game. And if they close the stores, then those games will be lost.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
or
think
very
about all those
expensive.
WiiWare games that when Nintendo was forced to shut the Wii store down because of whatever company they were doing got their doors closed. Those are just lost, like except for the emulation of them.
They're not
Like,
lost, but their original
You can't-
experience is lost without heavy modding, I guess.
yeah,
Yeah.
you cannot buy those anymore.
Yeah. Well,
Which
it's
sucks.
the way of everything. Which is why emulation is a good thing in the end. They'll still be around. People will figure out ways to, move like games onto a PS3, and then you can just play everything. So it sucks, but I mean it's expected. Those systems are what 15 years old
the
now.
PS3's 15, but the Vita's only like 9.
Well,
I
also the
think.
Vita is dead, and Sony's wanted to kill that platform for a long time. So I'm not
That's true.
shocked there.
I know,
They
but it
wanted to
makes
kill
me
that before
sad.
Nintendo killed the Wii U.
Yeah, you're one of those people that refuses to let it die, Alex. You're the problem. Sony's
I
one
don't
of the
even own a Vita. I own a Vita TV.
Same thing.
Wait, no. Did you pay me for that?
Great time to check. So yeah, it'll be happening. Was it like June 2nd or July 2nd when they were rumoring to do that?
Sometimes this summer.
Yeah. So yeah, if you want some stuff that's on one of those stores, buy them now.
And start downloading them since.
Yeah.
it'll
Also,
take
if you
forever.
if you want PS3 stuff, you should definitely buy physical and go to GameStop to do it because holy crap, those games are cheap. I have a huge PS3 library and probably paid $100 total for like 50 games. Like all of them, almost all of them heavy hitters too. So definitely, if you're a collector, PS3 is the time. This is the time for PS3 stuff because it's so cheap and nobody cares. And
because it's
prices will
Sony,
start going back
it's-
up eventually.
I don't know if they'll go back up completely because
Well, they won't go up
it's
high, but more rare. Like
They'll go up
exclusives will, and
True.
The original versions, like
yeah,
if they change too much in like ports later on, people won't want that original. For example, Final Fantasy VI, I want to say, people like the original NES version the best.
like I'm sure
Because-
the Last of Us original copy will go up in price. Stuff like that.
I don't know if that one will. Just
Well,
'cause-
for the collector, like for collectors, it probably will. Who knows though? But now is the time to do it because I never paid more than like $5 for a PS3 game, and I got like all the best Call of Duties, all the Borderlands, all the Uncharted series.
Madden?
I do have like a Madden on there, but
Let's go!
I bought that when that was like my most modern system for Madden, because my only other option was PC, and Madden on PC is garbage. So I bought one on PS3 before I got like a Xbox or my PS5 or anything.
Oh, that's rude, Grant. You obviously want to play Madden on PC.
I mean, I would if the game wasn't even more buggy than it is on console. Like, it's just so bad on PC. I bought Madden 20 on PC when it went on sale a couple years ago, and I returned it because I played it for like an hour, and it was so buggy and terrible. I like digitally returned it. It was, and ever since then I was like, yeah, I'm only buying Madden on console now.
Yeah, I remember you returning that. It seemed pretty bad.
It is. And then I bought 21 for PS5, and it's fine. It's worked great. Also, yeah, I bought some PS4 games. I think I talked about that last week, though. Yeah, so with that, that's going to wrap up our episode here this week. We thank you so much for listening. Please share us with a friend. We're on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, youtube.com/StormwindGames. We upload every Wednesday, 7 a.m. Central Time for weekly video game cringe talk. Please comment on the YouTube video and let us know what you think. And we hope you enjoyed, and we will see you next week for Mario's death. So
Yeah.
Bye, guys.
Yay!
Woohoo.
Yeah.